today with Maryam Durrani. She is the founder and CEO of LeadVerse Agency, which is the company that helps business owners grow and scale through hiring VAs. So I wanted to get you guys introduced today and help me welcome Maryam.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled to be here to sit down with you and talk to you about this and share my knowledge with everyone.
I love that. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started working with VAs? I have so many great questions for you. I can't wait to dive in.
Awesome. All right. So, not many people know this, but I started out as a VA myself a few years ago, and I haven't really gotten into this to my content yet. Just a few people, but that is how I started my journey. I started out as a virtual assistant with an agency, and then from there on out, I decided, I want to do things on my own. I want to take things on my own, learn new skills as I go. So I left the agency. I started working on my own, took so many courses, so many workshops, invested in so many, courses because I know as you want to grow your business and learn new skills, you do have to invest before you can, really have people invest in your business. So I did that, and after that, I acquired so many different skills that I started working as a growth expert / lead generation expert for so many different kinds. So, I've worked with a lot of different coaches, consultants, agency owners, before I started my own agency. This is something that I hadn't from, a lot of time. Ever since I started as a VA, actually, I had it in my mind that, I do want to start my own agency. And I feel like it was finally time to step back and say, hey, this is the right time. I want to do this right now. So I started LeadVerse a couple of months ago, actually. And, ever since then, I've been working towards growing my business, growing my agency, and it's been one hell of a ride.
That's amazing. I think you touched on a few really neat things. That one, before you're able to even run your own business, there's that certain level of growth that needs to take place. And it's an interesting place to be because okay, I can help other people grow and scale their business, but for you to lead and run your own business, you have to achieve certain milestones and certain goals as well to be able to lead that. So that's amazing that you recognize that as well. And I love the point that you talked about, that if you want others to invest in your business, invest in yourself in that growth, and you've done that. So I think that's amazing. So my thought too is I know quite a few business owners who are looking to scale their business, that actively are working, to get out of working on the day-to-day of their business and being so consumed from a time perspective. So what are the tips and the benefits that you might say to them that they can leverage through hiring and finding an ideal VA?
Yeah, of course. That is a great question, actually, because oftentimes we don't realize when we need a VA or what we need a VA for, because virtual assistant in itself is such a, widely used term. And you can hire a VA for so many different things. For instance, we have appointment setter VAs, we have graphic designers, we have social media managers on board with us. And so, I will actually give you an example with this. We had a coach, and he was extremely burnt out when I got on that first call with him. And as I was talking with him, I realized he had so much on his plate as a coach that he couldn't really focus on what mattered to him the most. consultation, you're struggling to find new leads, or you're struggling with warming up existing leads that are in your network, if you have problem with, streamlining your processes, you can definitely hire a VA for that. Our appointment setter VAs are absolutely great. They help you with so many different things. And if you feel like, let's say you need help with content, or if you need help with graphic designing, which, all of us do, we're out there, we're consistently posting content and, just figuring out what that next post is going to be. So if you need help with that, you can definitely hire a VA for that as well, because a VA is honestly an all-rounder, or you can find specific VAs catered to your specific needs, And so the client that I was talking about, he had such an amazing business, he was so great at what he did, but like I said, he was struggling with streamlining his processes and optimizing things for him. We put a VA with him, we placed a VA, and we basically streamlined his processes. We basically identified that, okay, these are the administrative tasks. These are the tasks that you can, rely on the VA for. You don't need to worry about how you're going to get those appointments in your calendar. You don't have to worry about how you're going to follow up with people, how you're going to find these leads. You just have to focus on getting on those calls and doing what you do best. And, that's what he did. And now he's doing so amazing, honestly.
That's amazing. Yeah, learning to delegate and outsource some of the things that somebody else can do from a task perspective and freeing up your time is really life-changing. So I have another thought. So for somebody who has never worked with a VA and is thinking, okay, should I hire a VA? Do you do maybe like consultation calls or anything like that to walk into the office and say, here's what it might look like, and just kind of give them advice on the next steps?
Yeah, for sure. I do consultation calls all the time. If someone, leaves me a DM, or someone that I connect with, and they're like, okay, I don't know what a VA can do for me, or I'm not sure if this is the right time. Let's hop on a quick call. Let's talk about this, because, it gives me a chance to learn more about their business, or, if they're there yet, if they need a VA, because a lot of times I've often turned away people as well from, hiring a VA, because sometimes it's just not what they need. Maybe you need a different thing. Maybe you need SEO optimizers, or you need, a social media marketer. So it's completely okay to, not have a VA, but it's also important to have a VA. It's just, you need to recognize what you need for your business. So if, anyone wants, where I'm also there, for the consultation calls, we can get on just a quick informational call and talk about your business, your needs at the moment, and just take it from there, honestly.
No, I love that. That's amazing for somebody who's looking to scale to the next level, but really can't, because that's kind of a milestone, I think, in your business growth too, that I've recognized is like learning to delegate those things, and if you don't have like that somebody or that right-hand person, sometimes they're called integrators even, to offload some of those tasks that you don't reach the next level because you're hindering your growth by not recognizing, hey, I need to hire some help, whether it is a VA or somebody else. And in this case, of course, VAs can completely, and dramatically change your business. So do you have different packages that you might offer clients after you go through consultation, to where you say, hey, here's what you need, and really build it out in phases, or how does that work?
Yeah, okay, so we have actually a very fairly simple onboarding process. I know a lot of agencies have really extensive processes, but we try to avoid that. We get you on that first call, and then, of course, as an agency, we have an agency fee that's actually not, crazy, because we like to keep our things affordable. We want to show you that we can bring you the results before, we ask you to pay a higher price point, because that's what happens, a lot of times. People pay a very high price point, and then they don't get the results. And I think that's also why people are very reluctant to go in with agencies or hire a VA. So, with us, you don't have to worry about that. We're completely affordable. We're respectful of your time. And so what you're going to do is, you're going to get on that call with us. we learn about your business, you learn about us. We customize scripts for you based on your business needs, and just recognizing what you really need right now to scale your business. And I know you talked about packages, so we do have packages as well. If you're hiring more than one VA from us, then of course we have different packages for that. The more VAs that you hire from us, the lesser that you're gonna pay. But all in all, it's a very affordable process. No crazy fees on our end.
Yeah, no, I love that. And one of the things too that in my business journey that I remember one of the mentors that I had talked to had said, you know what, it's one of the things too that you don't necessarily need to look at the cost of what you're paying for the help, whether it's an email marketing specialist, a VA, whoever you're hiring, if it's somebody to wash your car, it doesn't matter. I look at things now in the opportunity cost. If I'm allocating my time to something else that I could have somebody help me with, and I'm not spending my time on those money-making activities, it's actually opportunity cost, and it's costing you a lot more to not make that investment. So those are kind of shifts in thinking that I think help me dramatically grow as well. And I hope that it'll help other business owners too to recognize, okay, this might be the next step that I need in order to grow and scale my business. So I'd love to talk about that. Well, are there any other things that you feel our business owners should know about?
Yeah, for sure. There's just this one thing that, I feel like there's this stigma or this notion attached with, VAs or VA agencies. And I really want to change that perspective. I feel like VAs can be, a very great find if you find one that really works for you in the best way possible. And, I'm here to do that. I really want to do that for business owners or coaches or consultants, because a lot of the times when people think VAs, they associate it immediately with cold hands. And, we want to change that perspective. I know, I've been there. I don't want to receive that cold pitch. You don't want to receive that cold pitch. And that's not something that we, teach our VAs as well. They do go through an extensive training and trial period in which we teach them that, building a genuine connection is so important. Even if it's not leading to an immediate sales, it's a connection that's going to last you for such a long period of time. And, again, immediate focus should not be sales. It should be building that connection. And when you build that connection, when people can really see that, okay, you're trying to make a difference, you have a great perspective on doing things, they might just want to jump on that call with you and be like, okay, I'm ready to buy from you. I'm interested in what you're offering. So, it's just, I really want to change that perspective with VAs and agencies.
Yeah, no, it's the relationship building aspect of it. And I always think about the saying that people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And I always think about that. Any work that I'm doing for my clients, any branding, any strategy overview, any of those things that we work on, I always think of that too, that there's that relationship building aspect in the core, at the core of anything that I'm doing. So I love that you touched on that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us about your business. I think this is going to help so many business owners. It could be life-changing and help a lot of business owners get to that next level of their revenue goals too. So this is really exciting.
No, thank you so much for having me. I was so excited to share my, experience and my knowledge on this, because I do believe that this can help a lot of people if done the right way. And again, thank you for this opportunity. I really had a great time talking about this with you so openly. I really haven't done this before, so it's a great experience for me.
Yes, no, I love having you. Well, we'll go ahead and close out today, but if there's anybody that wanted to reach out to you or get started, what's the easiest or